Today we are going to talk about current and voltage divider rule. Before we move on, we have to consider this. We have to consider this arrangement first to enable us to understand what we are going to discuss today. Here you can see the voltage across these currents 1, current 2, and the current 3. This is the current. I is the current, while the R is the resistance. Anytime you see an arrangement like this, you remember Ohm's law. In electricity, Ohm's law states that the current through a conductor between 2 points is directly proportional to the voltage across 2 points. Now, what is he trying to say? Ohms is trying to say, according to him, he's trying to say that V is equal to I R, where I is equal to V over R, and R, which is the resistance, is equal to R is equal to V over I. Let's say that this is equation 1, and this is equation 2, and this is also equation 3. Now, you have to remember ohms before we talk about current divider rule. Taking this into consideration now, let us say in current divider rule, let us say that V is equal to I1 R1. Agreed? Where I1, according to ohms, why I1 is equal to V over R1. I2 is equal to V over R2, where I3 is equal to V over R3. Let's say this is equation 4, and this is equation 4i, and this is equation 4ii, and this is equation 4iii. Okay, since I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3, this is the total I, the total current, because I is current. But remember that I is equal to VQ1 plus VQ2 plus VQ3. Agreed? Also, I is equal to V in bracket. This V will multiply, if you in bracket it, this V will multiply all this. You have Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. Agreed? Remember that Q is the conductance. Q is the conductance, which is equal to 1 over R. That is the inverse of the resistance. So in this case, I is equal to V summation, that is the summation, the total of Q. Agreed? Where V is equal to I over total of Q. But before finding any current in each line, we first find the value of Q. That is, if Q is not given. Then how will you know when If Q is not given, you first find the value of Q. Therefore, Q1 is equal to 1 over R1. Q2 is equal to 1 over R2. While Q3 is equal to 1 over R3. Generally, I1 is equal to V over R1 is equal to VQ1. I2 is equal to V over R2 equal to VQ2. While I3 is equal to V over R3 and is equal to VQ3. Therefore, I1 is equal to I over total of Q multiplied by Q1. I2 is equal to I all over total of Q multiplied by Q2. I3 is equal to I all over total of Q multiplied by Q3. This equation is known as current. The above equation is known as current divider rule. Thank you.